Look at yourself, guys. Fall in love with yourself and write 2 things you love about yourself. If you have not started loving, please start doing it. So look at yourself, go deep down, and write 2 things that you simply love about yourself. Chat box open for you.
Lovely. Okay, so Deepika Kaushik says sincerity and loyalty, amazing. Dilip says self-awareness and motivation with the sign, very nice. Atul says self-commitment to improve, lovely. Ritu says patience, positive. Deepak says confidence and maturity. Ravi says self-motivation, ability to connect and empathize. Empathy and honest by Manish. Vikrant says self-motivation. Ashutosh says calmness and confidence. Sanjay says hard work and loyalty. Ram Kulkarni says motivated and capacity, sincerity and motivation again. Kamal Kishore says self-awareness. Ravi mentioned good at heart. Oh wow. Yogendra says extrovert and loyalty. Dilip also mentioned self-integrity for himself. Amazing. I think it's beautiful. And then Mayank mentions smart work and sincerity. Rohit says transparency. All right. Great. I think we have got amazing response.
I know. This is one activity which I feel like, just continuing with so that they keep writing good things about themselves.
Oh,
Yeah?
I must
You know what,
share.
guys?
Arafat says commitment and humbleness. Lovely.
Lovely, lovely.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
guys, I was sharing one story that there was one, just to understand that how we take ourselves for granted. One painter, renowned painter was called. And this was just to understand that what, we think about ourselves. So one painter was called, renowned painter was called, and there were 3-4 subjects which were chosen, and they were asked that you have to explain, describe yourself, and the painter is going to make a portrait of you. So the activity started one by one. 4 of them, they came in, they described themselves. This is how I look, this is what my hair is, this is how my eyes look, and everything. Based on those description, the painter made a portrait. So the 4 portrait was done, and then they were asked to go and rest in a room. And then another, the second stage of the activity was that the same painter blindfolded, but this time every subject was given a partner. And this time the partner described the subject. So this is how she looks, this is what her eyes is, this is what her lips look like, this is what her hair is. And so 2 portraits of the same person was made by the same painter, blindfolded. One which was self-described, and another which was described by the partner. And can you believe it? The portrait which was made on the basis of description given by the partner was much more beautiful, was much more attractive than the one which the person, described herself. So this is what we do to ourselves, guys. We are absolutely self-critical. We do not forgive ourselves. So this is why we say that when you do this to yourself, you can never be happy. You can never be contented. And when you are not contented, when you are not connected with self, how can you connect with others? You cannot. You can just fulfill a responsibility. But that's not what connection is all about. So self-love is about self-nurturing. This is not obsession, and even if it is, it's not bad, guys. So nurture yourself, do what you like, see what you are capable of, see what gives you happiness, find out. And I think this is the right time, when you have enough time, when you can just sit and have your me time and think, reflect that what are my bucket list, make a bucket list that these all things I would like to do, and go about it. So nurture your soul, nurture your health, nurture your mind, nurture, guys. Take care of yourself. Self-forgiveness. Forgive yourself for anything that you have done. Everybody does it. Just go through any autobiography, you will find they're all mix of, achievement and mistakes. So forgive yourself. And another thing that we need to talk about is mindfulness. Be in your present. Be in your present. Because half the time what happens, your body is present, but your mind is always dwindling somewhere. So for this, let's again, mindfulness again, I think we are going to have a session next week. So attend that, where you will learn in detail what mindfulness is and how to go about it. But right now, I'm just going to give you one, brief and a snapshot that you can practice how to be mindful. So next slide, please. So this is what we call stop. S is whenever you feel that, whether you are with your child or with your wife or with your anybody, any relationship, and you feel that, your mind is wandering, your mind is moving into your office, or mind is going anywhere and everywhere, what you need to do is stop what you are doing, root yourself in this present moment, just shoo those thoughts away. Practice, just, ignore, shut it, just shoo it away, and again bring yourself back to what you are doing. One good way to do it is take a deep breath. Take a deep breath, breathe in, for a count of 5, hold for a count of 1, and exhale for a count of 8. It really brings you back. You must have seen that whenever, you are tired, whenever you are exhausted, and the moment you do, you feel good, and your body is automatically, made for that, because without even knowing about meditation, without even knowing about stop, sometimes your mind does it. So that means your body, they know how to refresh. So here, consciously do it. Then observe what is happening around you at this moment. Sight, what you are seeing, what is the sound. So bring yourself back to the sound, smell, and how do you feel. So bring yourself back into that moment, and then proceed with what you were doing. This is a wonderful tool, that you can practice for bringing yourself back into present moment, rather than, being everywhere. So mindfulness again, next week, I think there is a detailed session. So, you can attend and you can understand much more about mindfulness and how and what you can attain it. Can we have the next slide, please, Anubhav? Okay, so now there is one activity where I want you guys to really think and reflect, because one thing that I have observed in behavioral training, guys, see, behavioral training is not a rocket science. There's nothing that you don't know. Everybody has the perfect answer, and especially with WhatsApp in, every day we know all the best thing to do, what is supposed to be done, we all know it. So here, I do not want to do something just for the heck of it, because it's about you, it's about realization, and realization comes only when we are absolutely ruthlessly honest with us, right? So in this activity, can you take us to the second slide, Anwar? Yeah, thank you so much. So here, guys, if you see, there are 4 types of support that I have mentioned, right? What you need to do is write down the names of your colleagues, friends, or associates who provide you with different kind of support. Now, if you see, there are 3 columns. One is types of support, another is at work, and away from work. Here, what you need to do, you can make this column in your any paper that you have. You have to write the name, not numbers, right? You have to write the name in each column, someone who makes me feel valued. So 1 name, 2 name, 3 name, doesn't matter. I mean, it's up to you. All right. Whatever name comes here, just let it be. You can repeat the name also, no problem with that. But in the chat box, once you complete this table, in the chat box, you will just write the number. Okay. That, okay, I have, 4 people in my support system. So all collective, at work and away from work, how many names did you figure out? That you will write in the chat box. So I'm giving you 2 minutes because I really want you to reflect on it, and just do not answer for the heck of it. So reflect, find those people, focus on those people, write the names, and then write the number in the chat box.
Great. I have 5, so I have written that.
Great.